On today's video,
we have the KMR D765BT new flagship marine radio from
Kenwood.
Good call. Stay tuned. Alright, so we got the new top of the line marine radio in. Let's open it up and take a look at it.
Okay.
It comes with a power plug, naturally. A Bluetooth microphone, so while you're sitting on your boat, you can talk. Chat it up, old Bluetooth style. Maybe the fish want to hear what you have to say. An owner's manual, and a warranty card. Don't get it wet.
The warranty is gone.
Yeah, they don't go swimming.
Oh my god.
Alright. Let's take a look at the back of this thing and see what she's got. What kind of holes she's got. Everyone likes to look at holes. Alright, so we have an input for an AM/FM antenna. We have 6-channel, 4-volt preamp output. Rear, front, and subwoofer. Get that right, because it's not front rear sub, it's rear front sub. Many a times you have to pull it out to fix. You have your plug input, your Sirius XM input. Then you have your Bluetooth microphone input. You have your KCAR55MR remote control input. And then you also have a USB.
Second USB.
Well, we'll get to that. 5 volts at 1.5 amps. Alright, let's power it up. Take a look at the back side, or the front side. The other side. Once the unit powers up, it's going to ask you to select a language. Press the volume knob to do that. English or Spanish. The unit will power up. So, what we have this year is a 13-digit LCD display with a half-screen display down here. You also have a CD player that is covered up by this cool splash door. So the CD goes in here and this closes. This is not a marine rated door. There's not a surround or anything. It's just a cool door that covers, the CD. So it's you can't like hose this thing off or anything. It has a second USB here in the front, as well as an auxiliary. You have your push to talk for Sirius Free or the Android equivalent right here. Of course, you have a big volume knob. You can change the display information here. So you can have things like radio text, radio title, artist, balance or date, frequency, station. Alright, so it has a multicolor display screen as well. You can pick any color you want so it'll light up and yeah, you get it. Or you can just let it do the rainbow thing. Now it has deck power.
Yes, 50 watts by 4 at 4 ohms.
It's a marine rated radio, so they conformal coat the circuit board, which, how does that help?
Well, when you go in the waves, they don't go.
Yes, it locks all the little tiny components down inside of it, as well as makes it semi-moisture resistant.
Yes.
Yes. I mean, you still can't hose it off or anything, but, moisture, air. Okay. It has memory backup this year.
Wow.
I know, right? And now what you're saying, memory backup, what, why, what, huh? Who? Okay, so it's got a really big EQ in it. Obviously, you have AM/FM. You got a color you want it to light up, and a clock.
Yes.
All these things can be memorized so that when you turn your boat off and come back, you don't have to reset all that crap.
That's awesome.
I know, right? How many years did it take to figure that one out? Blows the mind. Alright, it's got a bunch of sources. So let's take a look at those, shall we? Now, as we said, it is a CD player. Goes right there for those of you that still have those shiny discs of joy. It has 2 USBs, one in the front, one in the back. We'll talk about those real quick, what you can and can't do with the USB. The USB will rapid charge the Android phones. It will also play FLAC audio files for those of you that really want your boat to sound amazing. MP3s, WMAs, AAC, and WAV files. It'll do Pandora and iHeartRadio for iPhones when you plug it in. So you get control for those right here on the face. It will do iPhone as well as Android music control via the USB. Now you have the aux, which you can do whatever you like with. And of course you have AM, FM. Let's go to... You have 24 FM presets with 6 AM presets. You can do Sirius XM with either the SXV100, 200, or 300 tuners. Now, because it is a boat, you may want to have an external controller for it. Meaning the radio here, whoa, hey, and one of these cool little devices someplace else. Now, this year, you can use either one. All the radios are compliant with both. So you can use the one with the cool display. However, you will have to buy cables because it only comes with about that much in the box. Or you can do this one. Now this one's cool because it hooks up via the power plug on this cool little blue-yellow wire. So you run this and power and ground and you're done. Pretty simple. So there you go, there's those. Let's talk about Bluetooth. This has it. It has the best Bluetooth chip Kenwood offers, which is...
aptX.
That's right. aptX is a premium Bluetooth chip for the best in Bluetooth sound quality. So, what can you do over Bluetooth, you ask? Well, you can do dual phone pairing.
Dual phone pairing.
So you can have more than one phone paired to it. So if somebody has a cool music library on one phone or on the other phone, you can have two phones paired to it. You can get calls on both phones, you know, just in case your girlfriends want to talk to whoever's on the boat. You won't have to worry about it. Because, you know, talking on the phone on the boat is, you know, that's important. You can stream your Android, iHeart, or Pandora over Bluetooth and have full control. Unlike the iPhone, you have to plug in. So that's the difference there. Siri is free, like we mentioned earlier, with voice control for Android. It will stream music for iPhones wirelessly over Bluetooth, so you can do track up and down.
Cool.
Yes, I know, right? Awesome. Alright, as we said earlier, it does have an amazing sound pack, so let's talk about that. New this year is a 13-band EQ. I know, right? 13 bands. But first up is subwoofer volume control. So if you're going to add a sub to your boat, you can control the level. Next is your 13-band EQ. You've got 13 bands. You're going, oh my gosh, it's just a boat. No problem. Next, preset EQs. You have a bunch of presets: natural, rock, pop, easy, top 40, jazz, powerful, user. So don't freak out. They have the easy button. You also have bass boost, loudness control, subwoofer on and off, fader, balance, volume offset. Volume offset is a really cool feature for some phones have a crappy output over Bluetooth auxiliary or USB. This actually will give you, when you're on that source, you can go into here and you can turn up the level to offset the fact that it is bad. You have sound effect. When you go over here, you have a couple like Realizer, Stage EQ, Drive EQ. Now what these are used for is because everyone likes to listen to compressed audio. These will help to bring back the compressed audio to make it sound more natural, give it a little more warmth and better sound. Speaker size. This allows you to go in and select the size of speaker you're using. It also adds a generic crossover setting. If you're going to set up the crossover, you don't need to worry about the speaker size select. You can just go into crossover and you have front, rear, sub, crossovers built in. That takes us back to sub level. So not everyone listens to iHeartRadio, Pandora, and all that fun stuff. You might want to not have that stuff available to you. You might just be streaming audio from your phone, but you hate when you have to hit source, 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 source. You get it, it's a sore topic. I get it. Haha.
Can I turn it off?
Yes, let me show you how. So first thing you're going to do is put the unit in standby. And then you're going to hit enter. It's going to come up function. And you're going to go to system. And you can turn on and off the key beep. Source select. You have Pandora. You can turn it off. You have iHeartRadio. Oh. You can turn that off. And you can also turn off the built-in auxiliary. Now you can also do firmware updates, factory reset. This is remote settings. This is for the 55 remote. You can go in and add in the remote control. It needs to learn the remote control. Now, in here is also where your clock is, your English or Spanish, and then the display. This is where you're going to pick your illumination because it has the variable color. Now let's go back to System, and we're going to go to Factory Reset, hit Enter, and select Yes. Now real quick, what Factory Reset will do is it will bomb the radio back to the out-of-the-box setting. You ask, why might I want to do that? Well, it's got 13 bands of equalization. Sometimes that can be a bit much. And it can get frustrating. Sometimes people get overwhelmed. Sometimes you have an old phone, you got a new phone, and you can't figure out how to delete the phone. If you do this, it'll bomb it back to 0, and you can start from scratch. It's like a new day.
Like a new radio.
Like a new radio. Alright guys, that brings us to an end. We hope you enjoyed this. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them down below and we'll get back to you. Otherwise,
thank you for watching. You guys can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.
as usual, have a great night and goodbye.